Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel for this Thursday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. And yes, you can see I'm not in my own background or my own home. I'm in fact at my sister's. I'm currently residing at my sister's house to look after her 12-year-old, my nephew, and obviously she's in hospital with the twins. So this video is going to be a maternity themed video and talking about my experiences of visiting a NHS Maternity Unit, which the NHS stands for National Health Service here in the UK, for those of you that are abroad or elsewhere. And the NHS maternity ward actually here in my local hospital is actually really nice. The unit that my sister is currently staying on with the twins is actually quite sensory friendly. It's all like low lit and sensory lit. It's really nice and quiet. Obviously it's a special needs based maternity unit where she's staying, because there's one upstairs and there's one downstairs, and she's in the downstairs one, which is for babies that are prematurely born or babies that are having difficulties. And the NHS unit that she's on is actually really nice. The staff are absolutely wonderful there. But the one thing I will say about visiting a NHS maternity unit is that they can be very overstimulating. The machine's always beeping like every 2 to 3 minutes. It's like beep 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 beep. Can be a little bit overwhelming, so I would on the side of caution, if you are oversensitive to noise like I can be sometimes, you need to be careful and make sure you're not there for long periods of time. I managed to cope quite well with it because I know I'm there to see my sister, and I know I'm there to see the babies, and I'm able to plan my time productively and not really focus on the noise or the background. And the staff are amazing. They are very nice people, very caring nurses and midwives that are there with her, looking after her and looking after the twins. And it is a really nice place. It's really clean. It's really accessible, spaced out, not crowded. Everyone knows where they're at, like they have their own cubicle or own little room. And it's very well spaced out. It's very clean. It's very professional. And I really enjoyed going on to see the twins. I really enjoyed, getting to see the corridor leading to the maternity unit and getting to know the processes of washing your hands, obviously, and keeping space between people and speaking with a quieter tone, relaxed tone, being a bit more chilled out and relaxed rather than being kind of in the formal sense of having to be very polite and very only speaking when you're spoken to kind of thing. Whereas the maternity unit's all relaxed. They let you in, let you out, you're able to chat, you're able to hold the babies. And I think for a lot of autistic people that would be quite good for them to experience, because for a NHS department it is very busy, but again it is something that is very relaxed. It's very dim lit, so it's not going to overstimulate you with not lights or noises, but there is a little bit of noise if you are not aware. There is quite a lot of technical machines there and things that could potentially overstimulate you. But again, it is very spaced out. It's only one visit in, one visitor out, so again that is restricted to one person in, one person out. So you do have to wait your turn to go into the unit, and you have to be someone that's known to the person to go in there. So if they're not expecting you, they won't allow you entry. You have to be someone who's already authorised to go, or someone that's been asked to come up. So again, they know that I'm visiting, my nephew visits, obviously the dad visits, my granddad visits, my mum and her husband visits, because obviously they're well known to the people. And so that restricts the anxiety side of things and restricts the sensory overload perspective that could potentially happen on visiting a NHS maternity unit. Also, it is very, like I said, it's very quiet, it's very professionally run. They're aware of people who may have disabilities or conditions. They know about me and my autism, and they've paid extreme interest to it, and they've actually said they're going to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've shown them what I do and what I advocate for and what I'm about. And I've talked about doing training for professionals and things, so again that's worked in my favour for that as well. I think the NHS professionals do need a lot more support, and seeing how hard working they were today and seeing how potentially short staffed they could be was absolutely an eye-opener to how hard these people actually do work. And I do give credit the way credit is due. They work extremely frigging hard, extremely friendly women. They're working long ass shifts, like working 12, 15-hour shifts. Then they're having like maybe two or 3 days off, and they're back at work again. And they're there looking after babies who are in severe need, and babies that have been struggling or are prem or have had issues since being born, and they're there to be regulated and checked on and monitored and looked after and supported and encouraged, obviously, to get stronger and to get better, to be getting out of the hospital rather than staying in the hospital and potentially having more time in the hospital than what is needed. But a lot of these babies do need to be in there for quite a while, and it's nice to see how the nurses check on not just the person having the babies, but they check on the relatives as well. Like, they asked how I was earlier, and they gave me a footstool to put my feet on because my feet weren't reaching the ground when I was cuddling one of the twins. And it was really thoughtful, just that little action going, hey, here's a foot pillow. Like, you know, they made sure that I was able to sit straight and that I wasn't slouching. Like, they were actually caring about me, and that really, really impressed me, the fact they took the time to actually care about me and ask me if I was okay and that kind of stuff. And they made sure that I had a drink and stuff, so they really did actually care about me and said hello to me. They greeted me and, you know, smiled at me, and it made me feel really reassured they actually cared and were empathetic and actually showing their care inside to me, and that they understood me, they respected me, they, you know, they congratulated me about my YouTube channel, and they were really supportive of it and asked me, like, what do I do on my YouTube channel and such. So it made me really believe that they actually had my back, and, you know, and also for me, holding the babies and getting to touch them and touch their faces and talk to them and, you know, reaffirm that they're going to be okay, that they're going to be home soon, and Auntie Gemma loves them, and being able to reassure my sister, the mother, that she's going to be home soon and that we'll be able to take care of them together, and I'll be able to help her to do nappies and bottles and, you know, be able to help change them and take them out, and then once they grow up and be a bit older, and be there for them for like sleepovers and stuff. And, you know, it was a really positive experience visiting the maternity unit. You know, I think for someone who's autistic, you may have to prepare yourself and make sure that you are ready to visit. Quite, you know, it can be quite traumatic, it can be quite sensory overwhelming, anxiety provoking, but if you're with the right people and the right support network, then you shouldn't really have much of an issue per se. But visiting the maternity unit, I've absolutely loved it. I loved going in there, seeing my sister, being able to give her a hug, holding the babies, feeding the babies, touching the babies, and being able to see them, and just really being an auntie and taking on board what being an auntie actually means to me. And being able to be there, be the loving, caring, supportive, empathetic auntie I know I'm born to be. And being able to see other mothers looking after their little ones who are in there to get better and to recover from being either prem or having problems during the pregnancy or afterwards. And, you know, seeing that all the mothers, they're smiling at each other, saying hello to each other, they're greeting each other, they're having a laugh and banter with each other. That's really nice to see, because a lot of these children obviously are prem born. A lot of them have struggled, a lot of them have had issues coming out the stomach and stuff, and it's nice to see that they're bantering, they're talking, they're associating, they're being kind to one another, they're being compassionate to one another. And that's really nice, because you don't really see a lot of patients now who are in hospital kind of doing that. You don't really see, people say, you'll be alright, like, how are you, how's the babies, like, how are you feeling, have you eaten, have you done this? And it was just really nice to see that today, briefly, like just them checking on each other and the nurses checking on each other, and actually having that effective communication to support each other. And I think it's really nice for that to happen, you know, seeing everyone actually caring about each other and actually respecting each other's boundaries and checking in with each other that everything's going good, and, you know, that all the feeds are going well and stuff. And I really, really liked that. I really thought it was a really nice personal touch, and you're getting to see other patients' family coming in and friends coming in to visit them, and you're getting to see how, you know, how they do the checks on the babies and stuff. Like, you see all the machines and how they, you know, do all the tests that they have to do and stuff. And it is a really, really well functioned unit. Like, they really are working hard and looking after my sister and looking after the babies. And yeah, it was just a really nice visit. I look forward to doing a part 2 to this video, but please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.